Welcome to Indigos Gaming, and welcome to a match of StarCraft 2, played by people that are way better than me. From the Stay at HomeStory Cup Grand Finals, the map is Submarine, warping into the upper left with the Protoss probes in blue. It is Stats. Alarak, I told you to fix the green screen. We have the probe.
Orders from you.
Moving on, we're doing it live. Spawning into the bottom right, the opponent, the drones and hatchery in red. It is Serral. Fancy observer skills, I know. Thank you very much. This game should be quite exciting. Obviously, as a grand finals match between these two big names, it's an exciting game. It's gotta be. I was quite looking forward to this. And seeing a game on Submarine, of all places, I don't feel like it's as common as it should be. Submarine's usually vetoed in most matches, I feel like. Opening up, Serral did take that third position first for the hatch. Usually that's due to a probe block. I, of course, was not paying attention to that because I was putting way too much effort into my fancy intro. But presumably, Stats sent the probe across, blocked the natural, so Serral just taking the third first. On the other side, though, Stats starting the wall on the low ground, completely normal. PVZ. It's what you would do. Get that wall up on the low ground. You can get your Nexus up quickly afterwards. Double gas on the way. Core is just about finished. What is the tech choice going to be? If the current ladder is any indication, it would be Stargate. Hey look, a Stargate. Not surprising at all. Probably to get a Void Ray, get an Oracle, then maybe into some ground tech before finally into Sky Toss. If that's what I would guess is going to happen. Ovi's Zerglings chasing down a probe, but pulling off just before the Adept comes into play. Single scouting lane gets into the base for Serral, getting to see everything in play. He knows now Stargate is coming. Oh, brutal slaughter of the Zergling. How could you, Stats? My goodness, avert your Zerg eyes. Warp gate on the way. Oracle actually coming in first here, so not opting for that Void Ray to clear the Overlords. Instead going to be the Oracle. Good for drone harassment. Good for revelation tagging. Snipes a creep tumor. Good job, Stats. Always nice when you can get the little pickoffs like that. Queens will be able to keep those Adepts away. Oracle is just out of the Stargate. Second Oracle coming up. He might be going even more. I think Serral, anticipating that it was going to be a Void Ray, started to pull those OVs back. Unfortunately, it's an Oracle first, so a little bit of effort, of course, going to a minor waste, but at least he's keeping them alive. Opting instead to scout with the Zerglings, he saw the pylon go down. It wasn't an actual attack. Calm down. Revelation. I don't know why Revelation is considered an attack for, alerts and the announcer. It doesn't do physical damage. It does emotional damage, though. We know that much. Poor Zerg. You get Revelation tagged. Ooh. That's actual damage. 3 drones quickly killed off. Spore going up. I agree with that. Roach Warren on the way around 4:30. Right on time for the Roach Warren to go down. Just trying to saturate up. Stats doing what Stats likes to do. He's taken his third base, and he does not care what Serral is going to do about it. Both players just want that economy set up. I suspect we are looking at going into the late game here. Except for maybe this Dark Shrine. Dark Shrine, if the DTs go undetected, able to get quite a bit of damage done, it could set Serral back quite a ways. Adepts shading in. They do finish. Immediately killing some Lings. I wonder if Stats is trying to fake this out like a glaive push. It's already a little late for a glaive push though, 5:30. Just shading in and out, killing 4 drones. Pretty good trade. Did he lose adepts? He lost 1 adept for 4 drones. I would call that a good trade. Oracle's trying to come in, see what they can find. Maybe do another revelation tag. Ooh, Overlord. Did you have to kill that over the gateway, Stats? You just got like Overlord meat on the gateways. You have to hire somebody to clean that off. Oracle's killing Zerglings on the map. It's at least some damage, it's true. Creep spread looking phenomenal for Serral. Infestation pit behind this. Very quick. Hive, perhaps. Blink on the way. +1 weapons for Stats. So he did open up Stargate to get out. The 2 oracles, now it looks like he's going to start switching back into a more ground-based army, which is fairly normal for PvZ. That's kind of what you would want to do with a Stargate opener. Because if you don't switch into kind of a ground-based army, you're liable to die from a Roach all-in or a heavy Roach Hydra push before you can get to that nice, comfortable late-game army. A lot of Lings coming in here. And going right back out they go. Hallucinated Phoenix. Gathering all the intel. Ooh, he scouts the Hive. Scouts the Hive and the Hydra Den. That's big information. He knows Serral's going to that early Hive. Which I wonder what it's for. Vipers. Lurkers. Could be Lurkers. Roach Ravager coming out. Lurker Den on the way. Yep. So, Serral looking to go to Hive Tech Lurker upgrades fairly quickly here. I think that's a pretty good plan. I personally definitely like Lurkers. I like seeing Lurkers being used. More drones being killed off. Revelation, emotional scarring done to these Zerg forces. Likewise, Disruptor Tech. So Robobay did finish. Warp Prism Speed on the way. Disruptors being made. Could it be Disruptor drops? That could be quite exciting. Square off in the center of the map. Looks like Stats was just trying to clear some of the creep. Serral gonna let him clear just a little bit. Lings cancel the 4th base very quickly. Nicely done to that. Also killing off a pylon. And they do see the Warp Prism here. So Serral knows about the Robo, knows about the Warp Prism. Has been able to hide the Disruptors so far though. Serral may not know that Disruptor Tech is active. Where's that DT? Where's that DT? Oh, it's at the 3rd. Well, that's a little anticlimactic. More creep being cleared thanks to the Observer. Lings coming in again. Get another cancel. Got a kill. Never mind. But how is the payback? Non-existent. The payback is non-existent. Charge lot warp in now. Warp Prism took heavy damage though. Can it get the recall? No. Recall denied. DT did actually get some damage. 5 kills before he is killed off. So even with spotting it and the Spore in the base, he did get some damage. Total drone losses. 18 workers killed for Stats. That's actually pretty big. That's bigger than I thought it was. Do not misconstrue that, chat. Blinking forward, killing off creep tumors. Roach Lurker coming in though. Storms are here. Does he have the energy? almost just a few seconds off of storm energy. Ooh, I bet he'd love to feed back the Vipers. Disruptors. Huge disruptor hits. Blood is spilled. The slaughter begins. More DTs coming in. Charge lots trying to get something done. Defense is in play though, that is good. Single Hydra takes down single Observer. Match made in heaven. Fleet Beacon and more Stargates on the way. This is what I was talking about. Stats. Switching into that ground army. He got Blink, he got Sentries, he got Disruptors. Now he's going to want to go back into Sky Toss. Square off on the bottom of the map. Charge. Oh, he doesn't have charge. He never got charge. What? How do you not get charge? And still, you're using Zealots, though. How do you use Zealots with no charge? Mind games. It's done on purpose. That's what I'm calling it. Lurker gunned down for lurking. An unforgivable crime against the Protoss. Slow lots coming in on the top side be able to do some damage to that hatchery. There's not enough there to stop them. Hydra Viper squaring off in the center. Ooh, good pickup. Force fields pinning these roaches, the Ravagers. Zealots actually doing some damage. Killed off a queen. Gross regicide. All of the Zerg being cleaned up here. Serral actually looking like he's falling behind here. Damage is being done to these outer bases. Now he's going to cancel this hatch. Stats applying pressure in all the right places, it's looking like. A full kill, not even a cancel. And carriers behind them. Serral does know about it, or he at least sees it. I cannot presume to say that he knows. Warp Prism with Zealots in it, not High Templar. Oh, single DT gets the hatch. Oh, Hydra's Lurkers killing off the gateways here. Changelings, not Zealots, Disruptors, and Storms ready to defend here. Carriers? Some carriers just finished. He's looking like he's trying to hide them, though. Or at least not make them in use. Slow Zealots still getting damage done. Gonna cancel an armor upgrade, too. And then get picked up to safety. Does he get out with the Warp Prism? Looking like it. Whew, that speed Warp Prism is making me dizzy. I can't imagine how the Zealots fail. Speaking of Zealots, look at that. Charge is finally being researched. It's only 13 minutes into the game. Zealots will get their legs. Very unlucky group of Adepts and Zealots here. Find the Zerg army. Storms being deployed preemptively. He's trying to keep Serral back. He wants more carriers. Doesn't every Protoss just want more carriers? Zealots come in again. Cancel this hatch. Serral losing hatcheries left and right. Things are not looking good here for the Zerg. Spire and +1 air attack on the way. Corruptors. Oh, the pull. The vaporize. Carriers have arrived. Carriers have made their presence known here. Does Serral have what he needs to defeat them? It does not look like it. He is throwing down 8 spore crawlers here. And increasing. Corruptors on the way. Hydras are here. Going up to greater Spire, actually. Broodlords, you say? Hydra, Corruptor. How many Vipers? What's the Viper count at? 3 Vipers. Oh, not a good fight for the Zerg. Definitely got to stay in the safety of the spore wall. Air attack being upgraded for both players. Stats just finished +2 air attack. Meanwhile, Serral just about 3/4 done with +1. Corruptors, finding the Warp Prism. That's a good pickup. Good abduct. The abducts making their weight worth in gold here. Picking off war prisms, it would probably like to be used on the carriers, which is about to go up to 12 carriers. Disruptors chipping away at the spore crawlers. This is the PVZ we all know and love. It's kind of a joke in there. Carriers up against spore crawlers, corruptor, hydra, vipers could be used here. They could be trying to pick off carriers. The threat of the feedback in the storms, though. Is it too much? Disruptor shots go out. Great connections on the hydras. Storms trying to keep the corruptors at bay. Going out on the hydras. Even more. More carriers joining the army. Stats up to 120 army supply. With 12 carriers. My goodness. Few hydras trying to get damage done. Too many cannons though. Disruptors being pulled. That's good. That's the kind of trade you want to be taking. Lurkers walking into their own demise. Carriers and corruptors. Parasitic bombs on everything. Who's even winning? Don't move the camera, Indigos. Oh my gosh. Definitely looks like the Protoss is taking it. Stats winning the game. Serral, unfortunately, it seemed like just falling behind economically, losing those hatches throughout the mid part of the game. Meanwhile, stats teching up the tree, disruptors, carriers up to that Skytoss army. Serral just unfortunately could not keep it at bay. A well-earned GG to stats. Be sure to leave a comment down below if you enjoyed the game, and hit those buttons up above if you enjoyed and would like to see more of this type of content. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you have a great day.